Welcome to Teacher Nikki's Kitchen, where today I'm going to show you how I make a spicy Cajun rice skillet. What's great about this meal is that it is affordable and can serve a family of 4 for just $10. To start off, our protein is going to be 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I diced into bite-sized pieces. To those chicken thighs, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning and 1 tablespoon of salt-free Cajun seasoning to amp up the flavor. Tony Saturates will get you every time. We're going to add 1/2 tablespoon of garlic powder. And 1/2 tablespoon of smoked paprika. The paprika really helps when the chicken browns to have a nice brown color. We have some nice, well-seasoned chicken that'll brown beautifully for us in our cast iron skillet. To our skillet, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm adding olive oil, but you can use whatever oil you have available. We're going to let it warm up so that we can sear our chicken for our skillet. I bought a family pack of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. It was about $3 a pound, and this is 1.5 pounds. So this is $4.50 of our $10 budget. Our skillet is hot, so we are going to start adding our chicken. The extra time it takes when you space out the chicken, like I did, helps make sure that it's browned instead of steamed. We want nice, pretty color on our chicken. Like this. The paprika really does a good job of making sure that the chicken picks up that nice brown color, which my family prefers. Okay, it's been 7 minutes. Total. We're going to take out the second batch of chicken and put it off to the side. We'll add it again to the skillet as we get closer to finishing the dish. This recipe calls for 1 diced bell pepper, which at my local store is about 79 cents. and 1 diced onion, also 79 cents. And we cook them until they are softened, or they begin to soften. The peppers and onions will give a nice pop of color to our Cajun rice skillet. When you're cooking the peppers and onions, take a little time to scrape up all of the seasoned bits that are on the bottom. That's where some extra flavor lives. One of the other strategies that I use to make this recipe more affordable is it calls for chicken broth. So what I use is I use chicken bouillon with warm water to make the exact amount of broth that I need. That way none of it is left over, and it's more affordable than buying the chicken broth. Our veggies have cooked for about 4 minutes and they are softened. Now we are going to add 1 cup of uncooked rice. This is about 50 cents worth of rice. And I always like to give it a little stir to toast the rice just a little bit. Just little things like that bring a little extra flavor to your dish. Let that toast. Now that our rice is toasted, I'm going to add 1 can of tomatoes with green chilies. I just used the original flavor, not the spicy, because I don't want it to battle with the Cajun seasoning, but I do want the chilies to bring their flavor to the skillet. I'm also going to add my 2 cups of chicken broth made with bouillon. This is about 50 cents. I'm going to stir this well. We're going to bring it up to a boil and then turn it down to simmer for about 15 minutes. So let's get our boil going. I mean, looking at what is already in the skillet, the bright colors of the bell pepper, the red onion, the tomato, we're gonna make this a nice colorful and flavorful dish. Now that we have a rolling boil, I'm going to cover, turn to low, and let it simmer for 15 minutes. While the rice is still simmering, I'm going to snip some green onion to be a pop of color and a pop of freshness on top. Kitchen shears are the best tool for doing this for me. I can just hold it and snip, snip, snip. Our rice has been simmering for about 15 minutes. We'll take a peek. Most of the water has been absorbed. Now we will add our chicken back in and have about 5 more minutes until everything is ready. Adding our chicken and giving it a nice stir. Add any of those seasoned juices that collected in our bowl while we waited. Five more minutes and we'll be all ready to fluff, taste, and enjoy. We've given the chicken 5 minutes to simmer with the rice mixture. It looks as though our rice has plumped up. Our chicken is well incorporated. Have a little taste of the rice and just make sure that there's no uncooked rice. Nope, the rice is cooked through nicely. Gonna add my green onion to the top. And then have a proper taste. Get a piece of my seasoned chicken, rice, and green onion. Here's my bite, nice and steamy. The Cajun seasoning comes through. There's a little bit of heat on my tongue, and the smokiness of the Cajun seasoning and the paprika have leveled it up. Again, this was a meal that was put together for $10 or less. Specifically, the chicken was $4.50 worth of chicken, 50 cents of white rice, 79 cents for my bell pepper, 79 cents for my red onion, 96 cents for my tomatoes with chiles, the regular. And because I opted to use the bouillon versus buying chicken broth, that was only an additional 25 cents. My olive oil was about 50 cents for the tablespoon of olive oil. So for $10, you can feed a family of 4 a hearty portion of spicy Cajun chicken skillet. If you've enjoyed learning about this recipe, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you next time here at Teacher Nikki's Kitchen. Bye.